Okay, so today we are match number 20 of Bryan Danielson's AEW run, and this match is against Daniel Garcia on a Dynamite, I think it is. I think it's Dynamite or Rampage, whatever. This is obviously following his last match with Lee Moriarty, where he's still on the hunt for people to show him that violence, that true grit and determination, and, you know, basically the start of the BCC. And obviously, previously, he had that promo with Jon Moxley where he wants Jon Moxley to team up with him, but Jon Moxley won't team up with someone who he hasn't bled with first, so that's a big thing going into this match. Going into this, I'm a big fan of Danny Garcia anyway. Modern day Danny Garcia is the most primitive I've seen him. I need to watch some of his PWG stuff, but, you know, PWG is just hell to try and find. Garcia looks so raw here in a good way. I like it. Bryan looks a lot more determined, and they put it over on commentary, you know, Bryan's Garcia's hero. He's fucking mine. But but Garcia doesn't look intimidating. Garcia, like, it's good to see Garcia and Bryan go at it, because as we all know, Bryan's as good as he is, right? Garcia's a technical great wrestler too. So it's kind of good. It's nice to see that tested for Garcia and for Bryan, admittedly. I like how Bryan's, you know, constantly asking for more during this whole run, especially in this match, where Garcia's really showing out. He's doing well. Garcia looks great. It's like, everyone said, I feel like that was the consensus with the last match with Lee Moriarty, where everyone's like, Lee Moriarty really looked well. I thought he did to an extent. I think Garcia looked fucking great here. I think that's definitely, like, you can't debate that. But, like, there's a lot of stuff. Bryan smacking him, you know, showing such, not disrespect, but just yearning for more, that anger out of the guy. And Garcia is obliging, but he just can't handle it. Like the leg locks, the figure fours, you know, even the kicks, they're hitting. But whenever he chops Bryan, Bryan's like, he can feel a bit. He just knows he needs to go to that next level. And that's what I really enjoyed about this match. It conveyed it much better than it did with Lee Moriarty last week. So I love that. I love that. I think what I did like is, again, Bryan looks a lot more, like, determined to push someone rather than that, and then Garcia's pulling it, but Bryan's just showing the levels to this, and that's what I do love. I love that. I love the aggression from Bryan. I love the, not even condescending, but that brutality I like. Like, there's a point where he's got him on the floor, and, like, on a figure four, and he just starts elbowing him to fuck, and I'm like, Jesus, Bryan. And that's what you want from this type of character, though. It's great. And even then, when he gets him in the figure four, I thought Garcia tapped at this point. He's, like, banging on the ring, but it's not a tap. It's, like, clenched fist. And then Bryan starts kicking him in the head, but Garcia, again, showing that fighting spirit, goes that, like, that's what I like about it. It's very, Garcia will not be shown up, and that's what I like about it. Garcia will give it his all, and I like how he held his own. You come out of this match going, okay, Garcia is really fucking good, and frankly, in a match like this, where it is designed to show how Bryan winning against these guys in the brutal fashion, it's very hard to convey that. And there's another match we'll talk about later soon, hopefully one of my favourite matches of all time regarding the BCC story, where I'll just say what it is. It's Moxley versus Yuta, and that really, really emphasises that, and it's a very hard thing to do, but Garcia really hones this in well. I do like it where Garcia's got this such raw young athleticism to him, where it's like, it's there, and you can see there's a thing about Garcia. You can see the hype, and he does hold. That's what I love about. He holds his own. Garcia truly holds his own. And when Bryan's coming in, not cocky, but, you know, knowing he's gonna win, but Garcia has to push Bryan. That's what I like about it. Garcia, like, smacks Bryan or chops him, and it staggers Bryan, and it's like, shit, Bryan's underestimated the guy. He knows he's gonna win, but he's just still underestimated the guy. I love it. I love how Garcia pushed Bryan to an extent, not to Bryan's full extent, but he's pushed Bryan to an extent, and then obviously Garcia's continued to be pushed and just basically, you know, not winning, frankly. What Bryan gets the win via the, I forget the whole name, but he does, like, the thing, you know, the flex, which I liked. And that's basically it. He grabs the mic. It's a great match, like I said, it's a great match. And he grabs the mic and he goes, does everyone want to see Garcia? Did Garcia pass the test? And everyone's going, like, a mixed reaction. And then Matt Menard and the other guy, because it's 2.0, he wasn't in the Jericho Appreciation Society at this point, I don't think. unless the 2.0 stands, I don't fucking know. And they attack, and then they're attacking, and then Moxley's music hits. Moxley comes out, the crowd loses their fucking mind, and they chase off him. Garcia goes to hit Moxley with a chair. Bryan grabs the chair, and then Moxley just I don't think he even hits a paradigm shift on Garcia. He just hits him and chases Garcia out. And then Bryan and Moxley go face to face. Bryan grabs the mic, goes, so, okay, you want to bleed with someone? You have to stand by someone who bleeds with you, fine. Revolution, me and you, let's one-on-one. And don't be surprised if I don't need a chair to make you bleed, shit like that. And they go face-to-face, confirming Moxley versus Bryan for Revolution. And, yeah, I fucking love this. I loved how they handled this. I love everything about how they're doing this shit at this point. And Moxley versus Bryan, I mean, I'm never going to complain. Except for that one time, which we're a bit away from that. But Jesus, that still depresses me. Yeah, but the match with Garcia, I mean, I love it. I really do. It's one of the better ones. I didn't expect to like this so much. And that's what I really enjoy about it. It is a true one of those matches where it's a reason why I'm doing this sort of Bryan run in AEW. It's really fun to do, where you get matches like these where they're just TV good matches and you don't expect to like them as much. I've enjoyed this a lot. So I like Garcia, and this is one of those few matches where, especially with modern Garcia, you get to see real good singles technical match with the guy, and that's what I really liked. Especially how Raw is. I'd love them to present him like, not like this in terms of Raw, but, you know, singles matches, technical matches. I'd love to see him do that again. But Death Riders Garcia, it's so different seeing these two versions of Danny Garcia. It's great. But as a match, I really enjoyed it. I really did. I think Bryan's aggression and stuff, I love heel Bryan, but this is like a good fine line of heel and just pure aggression, and I love this. It's a bit different from normal face Bryan. That's what I like, and obviously Moxley's involved. Obviously, I'm going to love it. It's just great. It's just a solid, fun, great match that's on TV, and frankly, I really like this one. I really do. It's not one of his best, but it's definitely not one of the worst. It's a good match. Solid 7 out of 10. I don't like ranker matches, but it's a solid 7 out of 10, which is a good thing. It's a great match, and it's one of those that feels like it is lost to the wayside, and it's not the last time Bryan and Garcia do go against each other, but, you know, it's for a first time, it's fucking great. I do really like this. So yes, that is my thoughts on Bryan Danielson versus Danny Garcia. Great match. It's weird to see Garcia without the cool theme too. But again, he's so raw. What do you think of this match? What have you seen it? And what's your thoughts on Danny Garcia? Because I really like the guy, and I've spoken about him before, but what's your opinions on him as a wrestler? Because I'm really interested to see that.